Hi, 1 Hour Smart Home here, and today I'm going to give you my review of the Sonos Beam 1 year later. So I've had the Sonos Beam for a little bit over a year, and I thought it would be good to give an update on the Sonos Beam because Sonos also just launched the Sonos Arc, which is another Sonos soundbar that has many of the same features of the Sonos Beam. So if you're in the market for a Sonos soundbar, we're going to cover mainly the Sonos Beam, but give you a little bit of information on the Sonos Arc so that you can decide which soundbar is right for you. So overall, in the last year that I have had the Sonos Beam, I've been really happy with it. I've got it connected to my TV as a soundbar and also connected to two surround sound Sonos speakers, Sonos Ones, that give me surround sound with my TV. So if you're new to the Sonos system or Sonos speakers, the biggest advantages of the Sonos speakers are that they offer simple control, great sound quality, and they allow you to wirelessly stream music. So if you have a music service like Spotify or Amazon Music or Pandora, you can stream those music services wirelessly on Sonos. And pretty much every popular streaming service out there connects to Sonos, which makes it really easy to stream and play music. The app interface on the Sonos app is great for control, and it just makes it easy to turn on some music and start listening without any kind of complicated remote controls or connections. You can press play on the app, or you can press play on the top of the speaker with the capacitive touch controls. Now, a unique feature of the Sonos Beam versus some of the other Sonos products is that the Sonos Beam actually has Alexa built in. So there are microphones built into the top of the Sonos system, and it has an Alexa voice assistant, so you can use Alexa commands to not only control your Sonos speaker, but you can control any other smart home device that normally connects to Alexa through the Sonos speakers. Now, if you don't want to use the Alexa feature, you don't have to. There is a mute button on the top of the Sonos Beam, so you can go ahead and mute that. Now, beyond having Alexa built in, it also has Google Assistant or Google Home built in. So you can choose between either one of these voice assistants that you want to install on your Sonos Beam at any time through the app. You can't have them both installed on the app at the same time, but you click a button and you can choose either Alexa or Google Home. There's no kind of selections you have to make when you're buying the Sonos Beam if you want Alexa or if you want Google Home. You can change it at any time through the app which voice assistant you want to control your Sonos Beam. Now, in my experience, the audio quality has been great from the Sonos Beam. You have 4 woofers, 1 tweeter, and 3 passive radiators. So a total of 8 speakers built into this device. I've got it connected to my TV, and for streaming music or TV watching, I have really been impressed with the sound quality and with the addition of 2 speakers for surround sound and the Sonos bass. It gives a very wholesome sound. In using this Sonos Beam over the last year, for normal listening volumes, I probably rarely ever go above 40% volume level with the Sonos Beam, and that is plenty of sound to fill up my living room with great quality sound, whether I'm watching TV or streaming music. And when I've turned it up to 100%, I don't really notice any kind of static or distortion in the sound. Now, with the volume up to 100%, the only thing that I've really noticed is that I wish there was a little bit more bass with it, but you can just add a Sonos bass as another wireless speaker connected to the Sonos system and paired as part of a surround sound system or a group of speakers that will provide an even deeper and louder bass than you could get from a Sonos soundbar, whether it's the Sonos Arc or the Sonos Beam. The Sonos bass is purposely built to provide an auxiliary bass source to give you that really deep sound if that's what you're interested in. Now, the Sonos Beam connects via Wi-Fi for control, but it also has that HDMI connection so that you can connect it to your TV to get streaming audio through the Sonos surround system for whatever you're watching. Now, one of the features that I like about Sonos speakers, and the Sonos Beam has this just like most other Sonos speakers, is the Sonos TruePlay tuning. And what it is a feature where you use your iPhone to custom tune your Sonos Beam to the room. So your iPhone uses its microphone to record the sound while you walk around in the room at different points. And the Sonos Beam uses that feedback and data to then custom tune how the speaker uses its internal speakers to maximize sound quality for the room that the Sonos system is placed in. And you can notice a difference between when you have your Sonos Beam set up and installed with TruePlay and when you have the TruePlay system off. So that does typically improve the sound quality when you walk around and use your iPhone for that TruePlay tuning of the Sonos Beam or really any Sonos speaker. But I do notice a sound quality difference when I have tuned the room with that TruePlay tuning. Now, the Sonos Beam is also AirPlay 2 compatible, which means that you can stream music straight from your iPhone, and it will connect to HomeKit, which means that you can also use Siri voice commands to control your Sonos Beam if that's something that you're interested in. Now, let's say you're considering the Sonos Beam versus the Sonos Arc. Well, it really comes down to this. If you want the best Sonos soundbar available, then the Sonos Arc is the way to go. It's got more speakers, it's got more power, it's larger, and it has 3D Dolby Digital surround sound, which the Sonos Beam doesn't have. The Sonos Beam can still do surround sound, but it is not 3D Dolby Digital capable. However, the Sonos Arc is almost twice the cost as the Sonos Beam. So if you're looking for a soundbar and you're not concerned about that 3D Dolby Digital, and maybe you're using it in a bedroom or a smaller room, you probably don't need those extra speakers and extra power in the Sonos Arc unless you have a really big room or really high open ceilings, or you just like to blast music all the time. Because the Sonos Beam is really loud and has really good sound quality. But it's not going to match the Sonos Arc because there's simply more power and more speakers in the Sonos Arc. But for most normal music listening situations or TV listening situations, the Sonos Beam is probably going to get the job done. But if you really want the best soundbar that you can get, you're gonna go with that Sonos Arc. The Sonos Beam just offers you a more affordable option that gets you probably 75 to 90% of the features of the Sonos Arc at half the price point. So it's really, do you want that 3D Dolby Digital sound, and do you really feel like you want to listen to things at a higher volume with more power with the Sonos Arc? I've been really happy with the Sonos Beam speaker, and regardless if you decide to go with the Sonos Beam or the Sonos Arc, they are both high quality Sonos speakers with a simple to use interface that provides high quality sound. You really can't go wrong with either one, and it's just gonna come down to your budget and the features that you want in a soundbar. So thank you for watching this review of the Sonos Beam 1 year later. Please give us that thumbs up, subscribe, and click any of the links below if you want to support us.